What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java series. As you can probably tell from the beginning clip, we had a little bit of an issue with the iron farm. When I went AFK, I left one of the little bots over here because, well, energy costs so much, so we're using AFK bots to do AFK sessions rather than keeping our computers on all night. Let me get rid of them waypoints, otherwise it's going to be obscuring our view. But yeah, what happens is if someone else comes online and the sort of hostile mob cap is being taken up by whatever's around them, the iron golems are going to continuously carry on spawning, while the amount of pillagers that will be spawning will be very, very limited, because obviously natural spawns of pillagers don't take priority to, say, like cave spawns or other spawns around other active players, which is something that I didn't really foresee happening. I should have, but what I think I will do for future is I'm gonna have to, so like, the whole reason that I put up this wall going all the way around is so that the iron golems would be contained should anything like that actually happen. So what I'm thinking of doing is, the way that I actually culled them in the beginning clip is just by putting lava buckets. Oh my god. Lava bucket started around this side because for some reason they all navigated over to here and they was pushing each other into the corners. So what I can do for future AFK sessions is in these corners, like there, and then there and there, is have lava dispensers hooked up to like a redstone signal that runs around the actual wall. So that way when someone's AFK, the lava buckets will sort of dispense over here and there, just to ensure that the iron golem numbers are kept down if anyone else does come online. But yeah, something that I'll have to do probably off camera, and then because it's definitely not something I want to work on today. Actually, yeah, what I can show you is it actually running. I completely forgot about that. I didn't show you the collection system of when it's actually running. So we go in our little AFK box, we can spawn some iron golems, and then when they get killed, I can show you what happens. So come on, guys, you lot get scared, and then spawn some iron golems. For some reason, whenever I switch it off, it takes until night time coming, and then when they sort of re-register for the beds, then the iron golems will start spawning. It's a little bit weird like that, but what we can do is just sort of jump into when they are actually spawning. Literally, just as soon as I said that, I pause it, unpause it, and we've got one that's spawning. Yeah, great. Because it is coming to dusk, which means the villagers are then going to start trying to sleep. Like, the iron golems will get killed, and then when they get killed, the items are getting picked up by the hopper minecarts running underneath. But what I have got is this next hopper minecart that's running back and forth, collecting all the drops, and then it's got the same system as all of these ones, where it's just getting broken. The items are then getting dropped into this water stream, which then runs back across here, lines up along the chest, and then goes along these filters. And I've just got a bunch of filters for the iron, and then one filter for the poppies. And then I completely forgot about lighting the fire to get rid of the banners. So what we can do is do that in 1 second. And then I've just done a little sort of decorated room with bricks, pretty much whatever I had in my ender chest. And I had some tinted glass, a bunch of iron, some of the bricks and granite, which I already had from mining the area down. But the bricks I had on me because I was working on a little project over in the industrial area. But yeah, so that is how this is all running. I'm going to turn off the iron golems because obviously I don't want the same issue to happen, because I'll be down here and I won't be getting so many pillagers spawning. But this, what we're going to be working on today is something over in our storage room area. It's a little side project I want to get done because it will sort of save us the hassle. But before I do that, I am going to have to move all of these resources back over to that storage room area and run them through the system. I'm also going to break down all of these boxes and throw them into shulker boxes in order to load over there. Yeah, because I don't want to have to deal with this next time I come back over here. So tidying up after a project is definitely key. So yeah, let me do that and I'll bring you back once I'm over at the storage room. Alright, so back over in our storeroom now, and we've got all of them shulkers feeding through. We've got Steve here as well, just because every now and again I forget that I've got this area loaded and it's actually funneling stuff through. So my normal action plan whenever I come here now is to get Steve or Alex up there and then start running stuff through the system, because I like to dip in and out of the area. But as you remember from last episode, we had this annoying sound, so our bow was dying and it's too expensive to repair anymore, so I think I've repaired it. And now this one was originally Sai's third one. I did tell Sai, and Sai then told me that she would make me a couple of bows and she would leave them in her storage room. So let's go see if she has actually done that. Fingers crossed she has, because oh my god, I can't deal with that noise anymore. It is doing my head in every single time I go to use my bow. So fingers crossed that she has actually made me a couple of bows, or a bow at least, please. Let's go down here. And there were lots of piglins on my face for this. I'm assuming she means the gold farm, where we got them just falling down. Oh, sweet, 3 bows. Psychotica owns Joy's. Joy's loves being Sai's bitch. And BDE? I don't know. I have no idea what that could stand for. I'm going to have to ask her what that stands for, but thank God for that. I will not have to hassle her again for bows, because I know that I've got all of my villagers set up, like we've done that just a few episodes ago, but for some reason making bows, combining bows is just such a hassle for me. It's just one of them tasks in Minecraft which I despise having to do. Because I don't know why. Whenever I try to do it, the bows always end up being too expensive to combine together, and then I'm never able to actually repair them. Come on, area, load in. Yeah, whenever this area is like feeding stuff through the system, because you've got all of this redstone active, and although it's being loaded by the server, like the algorithm of running items through, and for the client side of Steve up there, but for me, when loading it in, when it's feeding stuff through, it takes a good second for the area to actually load in. As you can see, we still got the void up there, so what we can do is sort of just fly around this area, just in order to get the sort of voidness to disappear. There we go. Got rid of most of it, because we are going to be working in this area now. So what I want to do in today's episode, I know we're like 7 minutes in already, it's about 7 minutes or so, is come up with a system of loading up some of my shulker boxes, because some of them are a right nuisance to constantly fill. Like I've got 3 or 4 different random redstone boxes, and I could probably combine them down to just like a couple of redstone boxes, and then so I'm going to go to the hassle of combining these down. One, I'll probably have just 4 rails, which is like this. I'll have like a stack of detector, a stack of activator, normal, and then a bunch of powered. Some levers, which means I don't need levers or rail in the other ones, like levers there I don't need. All of this rail I won't need, levers here I won't need. Scaffolding I definitely don't need for a redstone box, because you know it doesn't belong in redstone boxes. So what I'm going to do is combine my redstone boxes down to just a couple of them, and then what I will do is come up with a system of loading the shulker boxes automatically, so that way I can just come into a room, put my shulker box in, and there's a couple of them that I want to do this for, well, a few of them. The dye one, but I haven't really got all of the dyes automated all that well. But what I will want to do is my wood one, my util boxes need combining and shrinking. I have no idea. That is like just a whole bunch of different random assortments of blocks. This one is another one that I need to sort out. Slime I need to sort out. I don't need a full shulker of TNT permanently in my box. The bone ones are always good. The fire resistance potions need topping up. But otherwise, most of it is relatively okay. Like that random trident shouldn't be there. Them random elytras shouldn't be there. And yeah, so I need to go through these and actually sort out a good few of them. So my wood one I'm going to want to sort out a system for, and my util ones. I also want to make one just for light sources, so candles, lanterns, the glowstone, the stream lights, the end rods and redstone lamps and just all of the light sources in one of these, so I can shrink these two down, get rid of the light sources and the items that I don't need, and put the items that I do need in them. Oh my god, more scaffolding. Why is there so much scaffolding dotted around in all of my boxes? But the way that I want to load them is, have we got any like hoppers here? Yeah, awesome. And then we're going to want some chests as well. Chest should be over on this one. Grab you. So what we can do is, say this is our shulker box. We can then have, say, hopper 1, hopper 2, hopper 3, hopper 4, and then hopper 5. That way we can load 25 different items into a shulker box. So although there are 27 spaces in a shulker box, we can sort of auto load 25 of them. And then what we can do is then do offshoots of these guys, like a song. And then fill these up with the items that we actually need to load the shulker box with. But in order to do this, I want to do it nearby my storage room, which means we're going to have to dig out a little area in order to do this, and then we're also going to have to go through the process of resource gathering in order to do this. Where should I put it? Should I put, yeah, I can probably just create like a little room over here. I expand this area back and just make a little shulker box loading room. So yeah, let me dig out an area, sort of decorate it in accordance to the rest of it, and then let me shrink down, what are you? Oh, you're just a natural cave thing. And then let me shrink down the redstone boxes, tidy up my util boxes, and then once we're ready to sort of set it up and we've got all of the items that we know we need to gather mass amounts of, because in a double chest, what is it, it's like 54 slots in a double chest, and then you've got the 5 slots in here. So that would be what, 60 divided by 5, so it would be nearly 6 stacks of each item that we can fit in to the double chest and the hoppers underneath it in order to do the auto loading of our shulker boxes. And it should make sort of organising and restocking my shulker boxes after projects 10 times easier, because I tend to use a lot of my redstone. Like my boxes constantly get cleared out. My redstone and my util boxes are mainly the two culprits, because I use the blocks in them a lot for like little decorational pieces, and I leave workstations everywhere. So having them stocked up with the items that I need and being able to just restock them very quickly after each project when I work on will save me massive amounts of time. And just organising my ender chest in general, to be honest, will probably solve me a lot of time looking for items that I need. Hopefully this isn't a slime chunk as well, otherwise I'm going to be really annoyed. But yeah, let me clear this out, get them sorted, and then once we're ready to sort of set it up, yeah, you're fine, I'll bring you back. So fast forward around about 3 to 4 hours sorting out shulker boxes, and I did a once over my entire ender chest just to make sure that everything was in place, and I've named the majority of my shulker boxes so I don't get them confused with one another. A lot of them I'm not going to do this system with, because it's not, I won't use them as often. So yeah, there are things that need topping up, like my slime box definitely needs topping up, but I condensed my 4 redstone boxes down to 2. One of them's completely filled with every single normal sort of redstone mechanism. I doubled up on the pistons and observers, because we're going to need 2 spots that we can't auto refill, so doubling up on an item, and considering I was running short on which items I wanted to add after filling in all the spaces. So we've got all the normal things: pistons, slime blocks, honey blocks, observers, hoppers, a stack of chests. I did put a stack of levers in here just in case I'm using levers for other things other than the rails. We've got string, tripwire hooks, which I never use, daylight detectors, which I never use, target blocks I am using more and more often, and then we've got the normal bits and pieces. I've not thrown in the skulk sensors or anything, just because, well, quite frankly, I don't really use them. They're more of a hassle than anything, and the sound of them just drive me insane. We've got our now choo-choo box, which is all of our rail and whatnots. We've got a wood box, which has now got 2 stacks of every single log variant, as well as 1 stack of every single plank variant. We've got a light box now, so we've got every single light source that I could think of. I'm not sure if I'm missing any. Obviously we've got all the different coloured candles, but I've got a dye box in my ender chest, so I've just got 4 stacks of the normal candles that I can dye as and when I need them, depending on the colours. Glowstone, sea lanterns, redstone lamps, normal lanterns, soul lanterns, normal campfires, soul campfires, shroom lights. We've got the 3 variants of frog lights, and then a whole bunch of torches, because we tend to go through quite a lot of torches when we're caving. And then sea pickles is the one that I was forgetting that I ended up grabbing just a second ago. Moving on to our util box. Condensed it down, got rid of a bunch of stuff that was doubling up on all over the place. So we've got the stuff for making elevators. I've got kelp and cactus and sugarcane in another shulker, in like an actual shulker box. And then we've got the stuff for elevators, so soul sand, magma cubes. We've got normal ice, blue ice, packed ice. And then we've got all the workstations. We are missing brewing stands, but I don't know what to get rid of to have instead of brewing stands. I may get rid of cobwebs, because I've really only used them to troll people. Every now and again I use it for slowing down items that are dropping down, or to group up items that are falling down. Leads and whatnot. I did make a secondary book nook box, so we just got a bunch of book and quills, a stack of bookshelves, some bells, some name tags, some books and some paper. That one we're not going to be refilling, because that one's going to be one that I mainly use with librarians, and when I'm dealing with villagers. The book and quills are just for the lecterns, in case I want to use them for decoration. And then we've got I have a stack of the item frames, which I tend to go through quite a lot. And then all of the furnace types, so smokers, blast furnace, normal furnace. Crafting benches, stone cutters, grindstones. 64 respawn anchors, which are really expensive. I'm not too sure how easy it's going to be to restock them. And then these are just the other frog lights that I put aside. I've got boxes sitting out all over the place, because I've been running around crafting like a maniac. So the ones that we are going to be restocking is the Joy's Util box and my redstone box. So this is not going to be fun. Like, setting it up's the easy part. So if we go, say, from here, we definitely want at least 1 block gap. So from here, then double chest, hopper, and then this should be our normal spot. We want to be able to place our shulkers standing up, just looking up. So 3 high is going to be the way to go. Excuse me, my voice is breaking now. We want 4 hoppers going in each direction, 1 on top, and then we want to go you, and then you, and then you, like so, and then like so. And then on this side, let's just make sure that they're facing the same way. And then hopper goes into there, so we want this second one to come down to 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to want hoppers. Thank you. Hopper there, 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 there. And then we can put the rest of our chests in place. Which way are you facing? That way. And then the top one is facing also this way. That top one needs to be a double chest. And then that's our 2 that we need to now sort out. So do this. We are going to have to get like another stack of item frames. So when we want to restock the items, we just look up, we place our shulker up there, and it will refill from the 5 different hoppers with the 5 items in each one. So 25 variations of different items. Let's throw all of these blocks into here that I don't need on me. So what we can do is grab, say, another stack of you. Gonna need some sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's this in there? 12. I should have some boxes of sticks up here. Thank you. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's been so much crafting today, like a just ridiculous amount of crafting. Oh, it's painful. So in order to do this, what we do want to do is make sure that we know what is going into each chest. So when we're reloading the chests, it's just going to be a lot easier. Do that, like so. And we're going to want 5 items on each one, because obviously 5 spaces in the hopper. I don't know if I'm going to have enough item frames to do this though. Hopefully I do. Go around like so. You still need them. Like so. And then, so that's, oh, we don't need one on the bottom of there, because that one's got 5 going around the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't need you there. We can put you on that one. Don't need you there. I was only putting them on at the bottom on that one, wasn't I? So yeah, these ones don't need to go like that. Which is happy days, and then we just need to do I don't know how to get up there to load them up. I'm thinking maybe some ladders and then just some normal blocks. So grab some ladders and then some deep slate. Let's go bricks. Why not? Let's go bricks, mix it up a little bit because I'm using just the polished variant for most of it. By the way, slimes are still just ridiculously annoying at this point. So if we go up here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, we can come across to here. Like so, we are going to be sorting out different light sources for this area as well. And I still need to do the detail work in the floor. Then we can come up here, and then we can go. Do item frames pop off when you do that? They do not, but is that how we want it to be? No, you know what, let's just go around the outside. Around the outside. 3, 4, and then like so. Awesome. So what it's going to be is me filling, I'm probably going to do 3 stacks of every item plus 1 more stack, so it'll be 4. Go away, guy. So it's probably going to be 4 stacks of every item that I now need to find and craft of all of these. Obsidian's going to be easy. Respawn anchors, there's going to be 2 stacks in here that I don't replenish. That is probably going to be respawn anchors because I don't use them remotely as much as like I should be using them. Mainly because I don't really explore that much in the nether these days. But yeah, so I probably won't be restocking them. And I probably won't be restocking the fletching tables. But everything else I will get like the 4 stacks worth of. And some of it's going to be proper grindy. Like I'm going to need ridiculous amounts of furnaces. But I've got loads of cobblestone on hand. And the same with this. This is going to be so much redstone that I don't even know if I've got enough to cover it. Like I've got quite a bit of redstone. I'm going to have to break down some of the ores. And then I know that I've got some of the components already made. So I've got like pistons there, redstone torches, TNT, and I've got like the daylight sensors, redstone lamps, a bunch of comparators and repeaters, some target blocks, some honey blocks and slime blocks. So a lot of it's okay. Dispensers, I've still got like 2 and a bit stacks. I'm gonna have to make a bunch of dispensers, but I did actually go off and have to get a bunch of string so I can actually make bows and dispensers. So yeah, cut to me a hell of a lot of crafting, and once I've got it all in place I will show you how it all looks and how it should function. So yeah, catch you back in a bit. Okay, so words cannot describe just how annoyed I'm getting by these green little knobheads. Oh my god, it's non-stop over here. And they spawn everywhere. I don't understand. It's like, is my entire base area just a massive slime chunk? Like, they won't spawn anywhere in the central area, which is good, because when the big ones spawn on the outside, their paths are too narrow for them to actually get in there. But there's definitely a slime chunk here, and there's definitely a slime chunk inside there. I did button in there, but buttons seem to do absolutely nothing to stop them from spawning. So, yeah, God knows. Get lost. They're driving me insane. But I have finally finished getting 4 stacks of every single one of these things that I had to restock. And then I've put them all into their corresponding chests with the correct items on the item frames. So in here we've got like 1 of each stack in there, and then in here we've got a bunch like backups in there. So then when these obviously fill up our shulker boxes that are lacking them, it will then take it from the double chest. So quick demonstration before we head off for today. Let's do our redstone one. Let's say I used a bunch of blocks, a bunch of repeaters, some dispensers, some pistons, maybe some daylight sensors, maybe some pistons there, some observers, redstone lamps. Awesome. And then we can grab this. So what we would do is take this box, go over to our redstone one, which is this front one, look up, crouch, and then right click, and then all of them will fill, and they will fill very rapidly because there's 5 hoppers and each one's getting filled individually from different hoppers. So that is that redstone box now fully stocked again, which is all happy days. What I am going to have to do now is try to figure out which ones go into which. So your repeaters and whatnot, you are levers and droppers. Did I take out droppers? No, I took out dispensers, which is there. Pistons are... Where are pistons? Pistons are here. Daylight sensors are here. Observers are on this one. And our redstone blocks are... Where are you? Here. Yeah, so it's just a case of me having to make sure that these are stocked up every now and again. Which, honestly, it's not nearly as bad as it sounds like. Obviously, it's like you're probably thinking, well, why can't you just go to your shulker boxes and just top them up as and when you need them? It's mainly because otherwise I will spend ages every single time. How? Where did you even come from? It's basically because I'll spend ages each time going around and then crafting all the individual resources just to make sure there's a full stack in each slot, while here I can bulk craft stuff. So I can bulk craft, say, like 10 stacks of pistons and throw them all in here, and then another like 10 stacks of comparators at a time and put them in here, so that way they're just ready to like stock up my thing. And I've done the exact same for my util box. The util box is probably one of the most annoying boxes that I have to go round and fill. But yeah, so we've got all of the things like that we want to top up. Luckily, I did actually have enough blue ice. So for some reason, I was certain I was going to have to go and gather the blue ice, because for some reason in my head, I don't remember having gathered it. But the amount of mining I do in the frozen area, we have actually got a decent amount of packed ice, snow layers, blue ice sort of stocked up. So like we've got all of this blue ice down here as well. I'm not too sure what I needed it for, but I'm fairly sure I must have needed it for something. Like we've got loads of normal ice because we've got a nice farm and a nice tray. But yeah, I am going to have to go round and sort of tidy up, because I've got all of these shulkers sitting around everywhere. But you go into my ender chest, my wood one goes into my ender chest, my new light box goes in there, my book nook goes in there, that's goes back, that goes back, they all go back. So let's see how much free space we've got. We've now got 3 free spots, and we can obviously combine some more down. Like the slime one we don't necessarily need, because we've got slime blocks inside of our redstone box. Our shulker box, you know what, before I forget, I do actually need to top that up with chests. How many free spots have we got? 5. How many chest slots have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Finding in here. Nope. There we go, 5. Because I keep on forgetting. The amount of shulkers I use, just because I have to top up shulker loaders constantly. Like all of the ones down there I restocked recently, so I went through like half of my supply of chests that I'd made. But I seem to make countless and endless chests just purely because we have ridiculous amounts of jungle wood. From where we're clearing pathways in the jungle, it's easy enough just to sort of make chests out of them. So do that. Make some more, do that, just to keep them as backups for as and when we need them. So otherwise, yeah, as you can see, I've cleared out a lot of these chests from all of the resources that I was obviously needing. Sticks, you know what, I don't want that clogging up with it, so you can actually be thrown back in. You're empty. But yeah, nevertheless, that's probably going to do it for today. I know that I've definitely gone over our usual amount of time. I always try to aim for 20 minutes, but for somehow I always go like around about 25 to 30 minutes. And if you are wondering, the BDE stands for Big Dick Energy. Yes, I actually did ask Si, because it was playing on my mind, and for the life of me I could not think of what it meant. But yeah, that's apparently what it means. But for now, the one that we're going to be using is Joy Loves Being Si's Bitch, because to be honest with you, I actually just like the sequence of the actual enchants on this one. Don't ask me why, they've all got the same enchants, but that one just seems to make my brain feel happier when I look at it, rather than the order that the enchants are on the other ones. But I did also put the 3.0, the one that we've had to retire, and then we've got the 2 backup ones there, so we don't actually have to worry about the bow situation for a while, and we won't have to deal with that annoying noise every single time that we swap over to our bow. Light source is going to hit. So nevertheless, this is definitely being one of them organizational episodes, and it's definitely one of them sort of stopgap episodes. It's not a big project, but it's been something that I've been meaning to do. And if you're wondering where I got the idea from, I got it from Etho, because it's definitely what he tried to put into action. I don't know when I saw it. I don't know if it's been a recent one or a very past episode, but it made me sort of have a look at my ender chest and realise just how disorganised it was. And the whole reason I ended up with so many redstone shulkers was because I kept on leaving redstone boxes at different projects, thinking I'd lost them, and then make another one. And then I would just end up with 2, and then it happened to be 3, and then I needed a lot of rails, and then it ended up being 4. But we've now got that down to just the 2, which I'm happy with. And we've also got our other sort of chests organised a lot better. We now have a light box, which is awesome, because I'm always having to usually rob torches off a side because I never bring the resources for it. I now got a separate shulker just for my elytra and my, what is it? I was going to say charms of keeping. That's not even a thing. The little saviour dudes. Totem of Undying, there we go. I knew I was going to get it. And then this is the sort of backup armor, and then the bits and bobs, and then we've got our tools box. So everything's sort of a lot more organized, and it will just save me a bunch of time on different projects. But yes, before I carry on rambling and take this episode long any longer than it already has been, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode and this organizing with joys. Okay, yeah, hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. So yeah.